So like I said, the first step is we're going to find x, going to add those two together, and set them equal to 95. So it's going to look like this. 2x plus 23 plus 9x minus 5 equals 95. So now literally all I've done is set this small one plus this small one equals to the large one. All right, so I've got 2x plus 23 plus 9x minus 5 equals to 95. So I've got to solve for x. So we need to combine like terms. I'm going to box around all the x's. Remember, I have a 2 and a plus 9x. And I'm going to underline the 23 and the negative 5. 2 plus 9x? 11x. 23 minus 5? 18. Equals 95. What's my next step, class, to subtract? Divide by 11. Nope. Oh, no, subtract 18. Subtract 18. Those go away. Then 11x is equal to how much? 87. Nope. 95 minus 18. 77. I was like, y'all got calculators. Y'all should know. All right, and then what's the last step here? Divide by 11. And that gives you what? 7. X is equal to 7. Am I finished? No. No, because it said to find the measure of the angles, right? So we don't stop once we find x. Some people on that last test, they would stop after they found x instead of plugging it in and keep going. So our second step is to plug in x. So when I look here, I have two equations I need to plug in for, the 2x plus 23 and the 9x minus 5. So I'm going to set those both up. Whoops, I'm going to do the first 2x plus 23. And the other one is 9x minus 5. So it's going to be 2 times what? What am I plugging in for x? 7. Plus 23. And what does that give you when you... 14. What is it? 14. And then add the 23. 37. 37 degrees. And what angle is that? That's angle what? When I look over here at the 2x plus 23? ABD. That's ABD. This angle right here, right? Angle ABD is 37 degrees. And that's all we got to find on that. Yeah, on these you don't have to label them. They didn't say classify them. But it is an acute angle. Okay. And then next, 9x minus 5, so that's 9 times 7 minus 5. And what does that give you? 63 minus 5. Whoops. Which is? 58. 58 degrees. So that's measure of angle. What's the angle for this one now? Like the 9x minus 5. DBC, right? It's equal to 58 degrees. If I wanted to check this, what could I do? You could add them together, and what should they equal? 95. 95. So 37 plus 58 gives us 95. It says angle LMN is a straight angle. Then it tells us find these other two angles. If it's a straight angle, how much does it equal? 180 degrees. So that means LMN's the big one, and it's 180 degrees. Makes a straight line. So this is going to work just like the one before. We're going to first find x. And what am I going to do to these two equations to be able to find x? Add them together and set them equal to what? What? 180. So I'm going to add these two, and they're going to equal to 180. So it's negative 16x plus 13 plus negative 20x plus 23 equals 180. Right here, this plus and minus right here. When you have the positive and negatives right next to each other, what do they make? Negative. Okay. So I need to combine my like terms. So I have negative 16x, negative 20x, 13, and 23. Negative 16x minus 20x, what does that give me? Negative 36x. 13 plus 23? 36. And bring the 180 down. Okay.
Minus 36.
Yeah, subtract the 36.
Okay, so after you try that, it gives you negative 0.25.
Nope. All right, so negative 36x is equal to 144, right?
Yes.
And then what's the next step?
Divide by 36.
Negative 36.
You'd have to keep it exact.
And x is what? Negative 4. If you did 36 divided by 144, probably got you negative 0.25.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Oops. All right, so there's my first step. Then what's the second step once we do this? Plug it in. Plug in x. So I have negative 16x plus 13. And then I have negative 20x plus 23. All right, so it's be negative 16 times what? Negative 4, because that's my x, plus 13. And what do you get with that one? 64?
Yes.
Oh, I mean the whole thing.
77.
77? And that's what angle?
LMP.
LMP. Because it's the one on the left, right? LMP, this angle right here. Then the next one, negative 20 times negative 4 plus 23. What do you get for total on that one? 103. Does anybody second that? 103. And that's NMP. Okay. If we add those two together, they equal 180, so it's good. Yeah, so what does a bisector do, class?
It means it splits it in half.
Yeah, cuts it right in two, right? Right, two equal pieces in half. So that means that each side is congruent, right?
Each side is 40.
So, well, we don't know if it's 90. So it's a bisector, so we know each one is congruent with each other. Okay. No, and the ones we've been doing, and make note, or just take note, it says ray BD bisects angle ABC. They have to tell me it bisects. I can't assume it does. All right? Don't assume anything. You got to be able to mathematically prove it, or they got to tell you. Then it says find the measure of angle ABD, CBD, and ABC. So we have 3 answers on this one. Did they give me the length of the large angle?
No.
I'm sorry, the degree of the large angle? No.
No.
So I can't just say this one plus this one equals this, because I don't have anything to set it equal to.
So you have to figure out those two and then add them together to figure out what it is.
Right. And if we know that these are equal,
Just gotta do one of them.
we can put them equal to each other, right? Because 6x plus 14 equals 3x plus 29. So that's how we're going to set it up with the equation. I'm going to say find x. And that's 6x plus 14 equals 3x plus 29. All right, these are ones a lot of students have difficulty with because, they want to add them together or something like that instead of setting them equal to each other. So remember, they're just equal. And now I've got to get all my x's on one side, everything else to the other. So I'm going to move the x's to the left. So I'm subtract 3x to bring it over. Then what do I do with that 14 to bring it to the right side? Subtract it, right? I'm doing it all in one step. Make it a little cleaner. 6x minus 3x?
3x
3x.
equals
29 minus 14?
14.
Not 14.
29 minus
15.
Yeah. That's what 28.
What's the last step? Divide by 3.
5.
So x equals 5.
X equals 5. There should be any negatives. Okay. All right, now we got to plug in.
We can just take one, right?
Yes.
Because it's equal.
Yeah, because they're equal, I don't need to plug in for both of them, right? Because once I find one, I know what the other, it'll be the exact same for the other one, right? So find the one that's easier to work with. So these are both pretty similar. I'll just do the 3x plus 29. So I'm going to say 3 times 5 plus 29 equals what?
44.
44 degrees. Okay. And I got,
88 for the whole thing.
yeah, so it's 44 here, 44 here. And then we add those two together to get the large one, and I'll say it's 88.
Yes.
Okay. And then we're just going to write them all out. So the first one, they wanted measure of angle ABD. Somebody raise your hand. What's measure of angle ABD? Brady? 44. All right, somebody else. The measure of angle CBD. Mandy? 44. And last one, measure of angle ABC. Somebody else raise your hand. Andrea?
88.
88. Okay, you just got to make sure you know which one goes with which one. Okay. So you need to know, like, this is 44, but that's ABD. This one's DBC, and then this one's ABC. That's it.